Good morning, everybody. Here it is. It's what's today? It's Sunday. It's Sunday, April 11th, 2020 plus one. Boy, glad to see you guys. Glad you're all here. Thanks for showing up with us. Um, Boy, what a week. What a week. I had food poisoning. I ate a tamale that should have been frozen, I think. And what? Anyway, I had food poisoning. And I think I lost some weight. Um, I slept a lot. I missed a whole bunch of shows. So whoever's watching, if I was supposed to come watch your shows and moderate, I slept through it. Sorry. So I'm going to bring my co-host on uh, this morning, our UK correspondent, Maggie-of-England. Hey, Maggie, how are you, dear?
Hey, Robin. Hi, everyone. I'm glad you're feeling better, Robin.
Oh, thanks. Me too. Boy, that was, I always, anytime something happens, whether it be, if I threw my back out or I always think, okay, is this how I'm going to die? Yeah.
Yeah.
And other old people I've talked to have said that too. They get something and okay, is this how I'm going? And I always say, don't let me go when I'm on the toilet. Yeah, I just picture myself falling off and people discovering me with my ass in the air. I don't want to be like that. Yeah. So I resisted doing my chicken wrap this morning. I almost did it. But, because we have a special guest, this is his third go round with the Grannies. So I didn't want to, take too much time up with my vanity piece, the chicken wrap.
I think this has frightened her off.
I know. I know I had to explain to Jiggy last night, he should have a shut the fuck up stick. And I think he's going to get one. Okay, just real quick in the chat, Beeble Brox, honey, I said hi to you in the chat, Beeble Brox.
Hey, darling.
I see you, Beeble Brox. There's a long story why Beeble Brox can't ever see me in the chat. We won't tell it here again. Jonocide's in the chat. First up again. Who else is it? Trisha. Hi, Trisha.
Hi, Trisha.
Maggie's little girl is in the chat. Veronica, Merry Sunday to you, Agent
Hi,
Veronica.
darling.
Agent Veronica. Okay. You did a great job on.
For a while.
Oh, she did a great job on Michael's show last night.
Oh, good.
Oh, she's
our agent.
Yeah, she has the best eyebrows. Yeah, there was
don't talk about eyebrows.
Oh, no, mine neither. Mine are. I'm naked. Reepsy's in the chat. Hi, Reepsy. Good to see you.
Darling.
I think that's everybody. Corey Mac.
Oh,
K-Mac.
welcome back, Corey.
K-Mac is in the chat.
Cool K.
Cool K is in the chat. Okay, we're going to bring on our guest, you guys. This is, we're welcoming back my spirit nephew, Benson Roberts of Atelier Benson. Atelier Benson. I always think I'm saying that wrong. But okay. Benson, welcome. Oh, Benson's on the phone.
Hi, darling.
I'll call you back, darling. I was on the phone with Madonna.
Yeah, she left the building this time.
She calls me all the time asking me about, what shoes to match with what purse, and it's getting quite old. I'm going to put charging there.
Virtual couturier. Remotely, he's working remotely. That's a really pretty chair, Benson.
I know. I love the color of it too.
It's an alpine green that in the light reflects turquoise, so it's quite lovely. From the 1950s, made in Ohio or Indiana. I don't remember. There's the same thing. If you're from Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana are just the same thing. It's something you better drive through to get someplace else.
Always.
They're made so sturdy. And since the last time I saw you, and before we start all that, Robin, How is it that
Benson.
6 months later I'm still looking at a cartoon and not at your face? What is up with that bitch? You're
Well,
making
because
Maggie carry all of this, and now they have to look at my face. And I just think that you should buy a camera or turn it on.
I have a couple of very good cameras. I have a tripod. I have a couple of desk lamps that I bought special to shine on my face. And then I was even thinking about a green screen. And then I turned the camera on, and no. Number one, I don't need my own criticism of myself. I'm living my life, approving of myself, forgiving myself, and being happy and content. I don't need to be assessing myself, showing my face online. When I did it at Halloween, all I could do was look at how big my nostrils were.
Yeah, that was half the show.
And my baggy neck. And no, I would rather just come on as a cartoon, so I don't have to deal with that. It hangs me up, Benson. Do you understand vanity?
This is why they've started calling it the Maggie Show.
I do. I actually do. I understand. You'll remember, Auntie, when the chemical lung injury was killing me.
Yes.
And really the only thing that would work to keep me alive was prednisone. And I was on prednisone forever. And then you and your former associate helped me to detoxify a lot of that and begin a recovery space. But it jacked up my grill. And for, I don't know, maybe a year, when I started losing teeth, I wouldn't smile and I wouldn't really go out in public.
Oh, there's a great deal of shame involved.
There's a great deal of shame involved, and I've since gotten over it. And I think that may be why I moved back to Detroit from Texas, because we have hockey here, and everyone just assumes I've either been in a street fight or I lost teeth playing hockey. But I do. I understand. I teach remotely now, and I have to really be mindful not to stare at my mouth to see if my broken teeth are showing.
Yeah.
So I get it, but still, the way over that is probably just to expose yourself and start to see yourself realistically, as opposed to through these filters that aren't even yours. Society gives you these filters, and my industry gives women filters that make them feel like they should live up to a certain standard. And I mean, I know you. I've seen you. You're quite beautiful. You're a gorgeous woman.
Oh,
you're ancient. I mean, you're as old as goddamn Methuselah, but you're
okay. I'll give you. I'm a cute old lady. I am. I'm a cute old lady. However, I don't photograph well, and I'm too
Neither do I. You just don't look at yourself.
Maggie,
look at the guest.
Yeah, I'm reading the Corey. It affects your life in a lot of ways. I'm in the process of refurbishing my apartment. I've moved since the last time I talked to you. And then as I'm refurbishing the apartment, I'm also getting ready to refurbish myself. So the good news, Robin, is that I'm finally healthy enough to worry about cosmetic things.
Hey, okay, that's your next.
So
that's
you
your
know,
next
it's the grill, it's the torn rotator cuff I'm going to fix. I'm going to have some LASIK so I can properly see. And then the last step, I've lost so much weight now. You're 60 pounds.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna strip off some skin. I'm not going to be saggy baggy.
Oh,
age does enough of that, let alone losing 200 pounds. I will not be saggy.
Losing 200 fucking pounds, Benson.
I was on prednisone for nearly 16 years.
Yeah.
I went from 235 to 435 or 445.
I think I met you at near your top weight.
Oh no, I was on lots of prednisone, which was why your compassion reached out past all the boundaries, the healthy boundaries I had set, to get me to think differently about how I was going to deal with the prednisone in my body. That was brilliant of you. And I knew we had a fight over that at some point.
Oh yeah, we had words over that. We had a little.
But I'm an asshole. You know that. I'm a fucking asshole.
Well, the prednisone made you mean, sweetheart.
Oh, I was off the prednisone when we had that fight.
Oh well, there was residual or some shit.
I was just an asshole.
Yeah, you were an asshole, but then I was a bully.
were drinking. You were evening drinking, and you were being a bully. It's true.
So,
Speaking of drinking, I tottered off to the market before noon, only to find out that my local liquor store doesn't open till 1 on Sundays. I was going to day drink while we did this show.
I do that sometimes.
Lighter. We usually get pretty deep, so I was going to get myself a little totted up and see if we could just talk about fun things today.
Well, you could do some wild cabbage. Do you have that available? You don't have to answer that.
I do have some wild cabbage infused vodka.
Oh,
we don't want to do that though. I could start channeling and like doing psychic readings for all these wonderful people.
Hey, that
I
would
can do that all the time.
Welcome here. You guys could be a team. You could partner up, Maggie.
I've heard that somewhere before.
I get a little hooch into Benson, and you guys can take off. Be ready to work the circuit.
So what's happened since I talked with you all last? I mean, Robin and I chat occasionally in the Facebook app. I'm blocked for 30 days, by the way, Robin, so you won't see any posts.
What'd you do?
Well, no, apparently me responding to a friend who said that after the day of being talked down to by men that I've had, don't anyone try it. As a man, I said, you have to understand that men are most often witless assholes. Facebook has decided that is hate speech.
Oh, for heaven's sake. You were only being supportive, sort of.
I was being supportive, and I was also making an observation about my gender. We are often witless assholes, especially when it comes to being condescending to women.
And you got
so at any rate, we talk occasionally.
Women are just as bad these days, Benson.
Yeah.
Well, sexism is real, and it's ugly, and it's the mother of all isms. And as long as we can treat over half of our population like they're less than the rest of us, all the other isms will thrive. But enough of that. We're going to be light today. I chat with Robin occasionally.
Yeah, we're going to behave.
There you go. I'll clean your screen. But I want to talk to Maggie. Maggie, how have you? Robin, be quiet. Maggie and I are going to chat now. Maggie, how have you been, darling? How have the last 6 months treated you?
You don't want to know. It's been challenging, shall we say, because my husband's health has declined dramatically.
Health issues are hard.
Yeah, I know. I'm telepathically picking it up, Benson.
Yeah, well, you have to be careful of that.
Well,
no, you can sort of pull some of that from him, but you've got to have a way to diffuse it and let it go a bit.
Oh, I do.
Regularly
on a Wednesday and a Sunday, if not in between too.
You got to be careful with caring too much for other people.
She's teaching herself that and relearning that every day of her life these days.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be quiet while Maggie and I chatted.
Oh, fuck. I forgot.
So beyond that, Maggie, anything else is shifting or happening in your life, my love?
Not really. I think it'll culminate in that moment because everything will have to, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will have to change.
Yeah, I know it's the thing that you dread the most, but it's also the moment where you're free of it. And that's a really difficult dichotomy. It's something that you're dreading while looking forward to because he won't be suffering and you'll be free of being the caregiver. And yet this is the man you love deeply. So you don't want this to happen, and yet you're at the point where you're accepting this is the inevitable. And it ends like that for all of us. Something's going to take all of us out. I'm sorry that his is lingering.
No.
Something so sensitive, but we're here for you. I mean, know that.
Oh, I know that.
And I mean, the other thing to look forward to.
No idea. The support
not to be indelicate, but when the old man's gone, I'm free. I'm looking for a maid. I mean,
Okay, I unmuted my mic. I gotta jump in here.
I could do some Greek counseling.
Benson knows how to work a room, you guys.
Oh, I know.
And also, Benson is sort of, he's very eligible. Very eligible. So, but I gotta
I'm
ask
so
you.
gracious. I did have my bog roll hunting.
She's got her toilet paper. Oh, Maggie, dear heart.
I'm almost done. I've just had my third round of the C word.
I can't see a thing. Not a thing. You know why you're having your eyes done? Can you have mine done too?
Yeah, you know what, Benson? But considering your age, when you go to the optometrist. Oh, stop it, you prissy poo. Anyway, you might have cataracts. If you, because I've got them. If you have cataracts, no. The cataract surgery is like LASIK, but you're like Medicare, Medi-Cal, public pays for it. It gets paid for. If you are diagnosed with cataracts and have to have that surgery, it improves your vision. It's just like having.
I'm sensing that you're guiding me to get it paid for by convincing a doctor that I must have cataracts.
Well, you took that ball and ran with it. I didn't say that at all, Benson.
No,
I gotta be careful what I say to you.
Well, you know, I'm an OG from Detroit. I'm going to find the angle.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I gave you just a little boost there, but
well, you know, things are a bit milky.
Yeah, I know. With all those hands in front of your face, yeah, I get it. 6 drops is in the chat. Hi, 6 drops.
Hi, 6 drops, and everybody would miss.
I can't see. Fine. Other than being, nearsighted and what am I, 56 now? 57, something like that. 57 this year. So I mean, my vision has deteriorated a bit, but I passed my eye test to get my driver's license.
Well, that's just a close one eye and tell me what's on the wall. That's not the scope that goes in there to see if you have cataracts. You know.
No, I because of the prednisone and the diabetes that the prednisone caused, I've had multiple. That happens for me once a year, where they go in and do the pressure and the scan and the look and the
little puff in your eye.
To make sure that nothing's happening with my eyes from sugar. And so far, so good.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I may feel a cataract coming on.
You could feel a cataract coming on. You don't know. But from what I understand, because my office mate, our assistant, had cataract surgery, and her doctor because when you have cataract surgery, you get to choose the upgrade of lens you want to wind up with. There's the basic.
You could choose your lenses these days.
Oh, yeah. And so she said, just give me the basic. He gave her the top. She'd worn glasses since she was 9 years old. Never had to wear glasses again. And
if you weren't in the environment we were in, I could feel a cataract coming on.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm trying to work out all the angles to get it all paid for.
Hey, you gotta work the system. It's dog eat dog.
Well, also news for you, Robin. You'll find this fascinating. Since we last chatted, Obamacare, which is now Biden Care, which of course has always been the Affordable Health Care Act. I am insured now.
Oh, that's such good news! Oh my God,
able to get tests and procedures and medicine and.
Benson, I'm so happy for you. Really,
I'm working with my doctor to get creative on how to write for things to get them taken care of.
Oh, Benson, boy, so many years I had concern for you because you've had a lot of stuff going on health-wise. Holy fuck! I'm so glad you have health care.
Well, isn't that just life in America? I mean,
isn't it just?
Yeah.
We're the only third world, first world country where lack of health insurance literally causes people to be impoverished or to die.
It causes them to die. It's called sick care instead of health care.
the minute that medicine became a for-profit business in this country, we lost.
Yeah, as soon as
I had to go through a hospital procedure since I last talked to you, and watching them check the boxes in the matrix was chilling.
I know.
I myself out and went to a different hospital. I'm like, this is
Yeah,
literally checking boxes and are sending it. You know, well, you're not as bad as you were when you came in. I said, but when I came in, I was dying.
Yeah.
I would like not to be dying. You need to send me home well, not just not dying.
That's your job.
Because I guess this was before I talked to you. I was in the hospital for 4 different IV antibiotic IV drips for an infection. That if they just treated it right the first time, I would have been done. And I told them, I'm like, you know, it's right here on the IV bag that the minimum course of this is 10 days. You're giving me 3 days and kicking me loose because I'm no longer dying. So I was, that was August, September, October, November, each month, about 30 days apart. And like I told, thankfully the final doctor was an ER doctor, and he kept the hospital list from kicking me out. So they gave me a full week, and then my own doctor gave me massive amounts and I hate antibiotics, but you know, when there's a bacterial infection, this is what you do.
You've got to, yeah.
But I haven't been sick since, so I've been well, other than the C.
Yeah.
Which I can't say. We don't want to get you flagged. I've been well. I'm vibrant. I'm healthy. I'm strong.
Oh God! At last. At last. Such
building muscle, even losing weight. I mean, maybe I'll be happy again. We could happen.
So, do your pants look ridiculous on you?
Well, you know, I make clothes for a living, so I keep taking them in until I can't take them in anymore. When the pockets kiss at my ass crack, I throw them away.
Of course you keep tailoring your own fucking clothes. Sorry, I asked that question.
No, actually, it's a lie. I look like a schlep most of the time.
I know. I'll bet your jeans are way big and you have to wear a belt.
I do until it gets ridiculous. But I bought myself some new clothes, and in a size that I thought would be too small, and I got them and they were too big.
Wow.
So I have lost almost 2 feet of waist since I saw you in California.
Oh dear.
So I'm telling you, Maggie, once I get that skin fixed.
Yeah, he's already hot. He's going to be hotter. You know, he's in the market.
You know, I love older women. I adore older women.
I'm only a year. I'm
How old are you?
I'll be 58 next month.
Okay, so we're the same age. I mean, I love older women because there's not so much challenge to make you come.
Well, and we're just grateful.
Who said? Who told you that kind of? Yeah, joke on it.
Well, I'm just saying that I know how your body works, dear, which is unusual for a bisexual man.
So do I.
I know more about
anybody else to tell me.
Right. No, what always shocks me is straight men who don't understand a vagina.
They don't
so shocking to me.
Understand.
I'm like, this is the pudding that you want to eat, and you don't know where to put the spoon. How does that work?
Benson, I don't appreciate hot flashes. Don't give me one, okay?
No, darling, we can do some private camming later.
No, we won't. So is your chair, is that shantung? What's that?
No, darling, this it was sold to me as leather, and they took the pictures in the beautiful sunlight when it looked like it was all turquoise. And I thought I had no idea I needed turquoise leather furniture in a Victorian style. And I got it, and it was alpine green. Thankfully, I love alpine green. And I felt it, and I'm like, well, did they wax that? It's naugahyde.
Oh, it's
not
like
actually, but
they call it pleather. Pleather.
Well, we can't call that pleather because naugahyde was the highest end. It was back when they were manufacturing it and cared to try to make it as good as leather. Yeah, and they actually succeeded in making it better because I was shocked at how good, what condition, everything is pristine, and it's 70 years old.
Funny, naugahyde on Victorian furniture. That's a hoot.
And alpine green, which which must have been just shocking in the 50s, to choose this color because it is a bizarre color.
You know what? It might have been in someone's resort vacation home.
Yeah.
Just quirky because people make their vacation homes quirky. And, so it might have been that kind of a piece.
Well, and here in the Midwest, we all have vacation homes on one of the lakes. So the alpine might make sense. But I love it. And there's a couch that goes with it. And it's so sturdy that I can sit my big ass down and not be afraid of breaking anything.
Well, your ass isn't as big as
it's a lot smaller than it was.
When I get to my smallest, I'm still a huge, gigantic man. I'm 6'4".
So I'll bet losing all this weight, I'll bet you look even taller.
Yes, 6 drops nagas are becoming extinct. Actually, they are extinct. We don't even make naga hide anymore.
I know the wild nagas. I think they were an endangered species even when they were being hunted down and turned into furniture. So yeah,
I love tapioca. I'm responding to one of your viewers who says that they have tapioca pudding. I do like tapioca.
Oh, Reemsy did research on your chair. It was manufactured in 1951 by the Kimball Furniture Company in French Lick, Indiana.
That makes perfect sense.
Wow.
What a name in French Lick, Indiana. Is that still on the map?
Weren't we discussing a little bit of French licking?
We might have been. I think, I don't pick up on a whole lot of themes in conversations. In 1951 by the Kimball Furniture Company. Dang, Reemsy. Reemsy's kind of is our friend. He has some antiquities and he knows good furniture and he's very artsy fartsy. And he's a musician. He's very
he's everything rolled into one.
And he's isn't that pretty? And Reemsy's also very gay. But he's not available. I'm sorry.
He's got 2 of those chairs and a lot of Kimball furniture.
He has a lot. Reemsy has a pair of your chairs.
Yeah, I bet maybe I'm not going to swear that that's true. There's some labeling on the chairs, but that sounds about right. And they were custom. These were custom made for the client, and they're gorgeous.
Maybe by Kimball.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
This is fun. Isn't that a pretty?
It's stunning. I love them kind of chairs.
Okay, these are custom built by Byrne Furniture in Byrne, Indiana.
Byrne, Indiana.
But I do not doubt that they might have worked together. They might have been stealing each other's designs. This may have just been the preference. This is 1951. This is 1951, though. The year is right, and the state is right.
Maybe a family member in the business or a disgruntled employee that did not sign a no-compete agreement went off and started their own thing, maybe.
Well, let's just be honest. How vastly different do you make a tufted wing chair?
I know.
They're all going to be sort of similar.
In
the 50s, they weren't as experimental. They were just starting to get experimental.
Yep, Reemsy's are covered in a floral tapestry. That same kind of chair, the tufted. Isn't that cool?
You did say he was gay. You did say he was gay, so I'm not shocked.
He's gay.
Mine. I have another set like this that I'm about to tear up and upholster in leopard velvet.
Really? I used to do upholstery. What a fun with the tacks and the staples, and you use the little cardboard strips to make the edges and the piping and stuff. I love that. I loved making piping. My friends thought I was nuts, but I could make miles of piping. Just sit there and do Zen while the machine's running.
I like to do piping too.
But there's just. It's just really satisfying to have big ropes and then when you attach it and get it just right, that's glorious.
Yeah, I can imagine you felt like that when you dressed women, Benson.
Oh,
the designer clothes and everything, the ultimate finishing touches and all that. When it was done, to stand back and go, wow.
How did Benson, when you would create something like that, things that would be on the runway and in magazine spreads and in big features, when you saw your stuff, what was that feeling like? Did you get satisfaction or validation? How did that feel? How does that feel?
That's a hard. Sometimes I'm horrified.
Really?
Well, because the person doesn't wear it the way I thought that they should.
Yeah.
Artist.
Let me. I'm actually looking something up here. This is an article about this furniture company when they closed a few years ago, but I found it very fascinating because it gives a bit of history. Now, where am I? Where are we? Where is this? It? There we go. This is. Can I chat? Where's the little place for me to put things?
Share screen. You can do share screen at the bottom. There's a thing to share screen.
No. I want to put a link in your chat.
Okay, you can.
Where?
Yeah.
Are you in the chat?
Well, I can read the chat, but I'm not in the chat.
Well, you need to be in the chat to post in the chat. And I think I need to make you a mod.
Don't worry.
I think he's already a mod because he's been on twice. I'm sure you put links in before. No.
Yeah.
I will tell you that the first time that I was horrified. I had this beautiful tunic dress. I had hand shredded multiple shades of chartreuse and black and knotted sequins into it. It was very early in my career, and to me, it was very mystical and tribal. And a person who bought it would sash it up, and so a young lady bought it and was so excited to get it, and I was very happy because it was a sale. And she came in the next week in the tunic, and she had chosen a neon lime green belt and pump that clashed with the chartreuse. And it was so hideous that I wanted to offer to buy it back from her.
Oh, you queen.
Well, she was defiling my child. And I realized that much like, can you two talk for a second? I need to take this call.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No worries.
He's muted. Okay, so in the chat, boy, the chat went like crazy. I can't get, okay. Corey up there sent you, okay, they thought like, I'll call it optic nerve. Okay, people are talking. They're having this whole show over there in the chat.
I love it. I do. Somewhere near the end, thanks to Shattergy 63, I purchased this.
Yeah, we'll spring that on Benson. I think Benson would really appreciate that. I can hardly wait for you to try those out.
Oh, they are so funny. I don't.
I can hardly wait. Okay, Spud Wife in the chat. Benson, I've never seen you before, but already I like you, and you would be fun at a dinner party. Spud Wife. Benson
you have no idea.
Delightful. He has been to my house a couple of times, maybe 3, and he's on his buying trips when he'd come to LA. He would come and stay over, and I'd make him food, and he had a partner at that time, and I really loved looking at Mark Holland, Soindek. I have a picture of Mark Holland. He had just gotten out of the shower. He's wrapped in a towel with the towel around his head. And he's in my living room squatting down beside me. And I took a picture of him. Holy shit. Yeah, Benson does not know what I'm talking about. I'm so glad.
Isn't that good? Or maybe he's got the sound on, just his mic off.
I didn't know he's entrenched in his conversation. Yeah, Nagas are on the endangers. Okay, I'm scrolling down. The chat. Did anybody else show up? Mystery. Hi, Mystery.
Jonathan. Hey, Mystery. Hey, Corey. Hey, everybody we've missed. I'm sorry.
Genocide. Did he have dreads? No. Wait a minute, Genocide. You know
Yeah, my
what?
bash. Can you hear me?
No.
Yeah. Say bye to Benson.
No, as I told the grannies at the beginning, I had a young woman that I had mentored that was like a daughter to me passed away yesterday. So
Yeah.
I have been contacting people to let them know, and
yes.
one of them just called back. So I need to.
Oh,
take that call.
Benson, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Well, this is life, and this is life right now,
Yeah.
especially.
Especially.
The sea is eating up a lot of people that I know, young people now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even boy, it's a time of loss of a lot of things for everybody. A lot of
I'm
things.
sorry, I've just read what Reeves said. Madonna's just tried to buy his chair.
Yeah,
No, Madonna. She wants the chair. She can't have it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, she and I used to be like this. Now we're like this, and this is her and this is me. So
Yeah.
we don't get on anymore. She calls and begs for my forgiveness, and I won't. Not after what she did to me.
Well, there are some things that are unforgivable.
I was up
they are.
for that role in Dick Tracy, and she got it. Actually, I'm loving Madonna. I'm loving her as an older woman. I'm loving her not being a TV bopper anymore. I love her output. I love how bold she is. I love how fuck you she still is, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's her last fuck you heading to the grave. She's really, she's.
They'll bury her with her arms sticking out of the
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I might not be young and dewy and pretty anymore, but fuck you as I'm going out. Bury me face down.
I'm with you,
bury
babe.
me ass up.
Yeah.
Well, face down is the same thing.
I understand that, but literally, I'll be face down and ass up. It's
So you're going to be doing both. I'll only be doing the one thing. I can only handle one thing at a time, so I'll only be face down. You'll be doing.
She touched him like a virgin. Sorry, bit late with that one.
Yeah, 6 drops. Jiggy's show last night almost broke the hell out of me too. I
haven't seen it yet.
It was boy. I always say too much, especially if
never. Why the hell do I have this? If you never say too much.
boy. Sometimes the internet is like therapy. So sometimes
100%.
Oh yeah,
like she travels all over the place now, Benson.
Is that a vibrator or a crystal wand or?
It's a piece of selenite, crystal wand, and we needed something to shut Robin up. And a dear friend, Kay Ride, one day she passed the mark, and whoever was guest, and I said, "Shut the fuck up."
Oh! Put that stick down, Maggie.
I have.
He'll
be back.
Oh, I hope so. He moved something. Okay, his devices aren't connected. Okay, there he is. Welcome back.
Sorry, I didn't fuse you off with me selenite, did I?
Watching you handle that rod just got me a little too hot, and I think
I know he had to go maybe rub one out or something.
Honey, it takes a lot longer than that.
No, Jiggy Juice is in the chat.
Oh, is Jiggy in the chat? Hi, Jiggy. Jiggy, good to see you. Jiggy, this is Benson. Benson's weird, but then so is Jiggy. And we're all, I'd like my good friends to meet my other good friends. So anyway, this is Benson. So Benson. Okay. Our Wednesday show is, really Maggie's show. It has become that because she bullied me and she says, I'm taking over the fucking Wednesday show. I made her lose a hit.
Shut the fuck up and behave.
It was only a matter of time, Robin, till Maggie seized power. I mean, she is the face of the show.
The real face of the show. I know. So, I know my place. So anyway, so Maggie does like oracle readings. She doesn't do tarot. She does oracle readings, and she does it really in a really weird way, but it's wonderful. Okay, our good friend and friend of the show, the name is Shathaji, told me about a deck that Maggie should get because Maggie's always collecting oracle decks. And I said, "Oh, Shathaji, that's not my bag." She says, "Send it to Maggie. She'll love it." So I sent the link to Maggie, and Maggie bought the cards. She has the cards. It is called the Rebel Deck. Benson, would you be open to sticking around with us while Maggie does readings from the Rude deck? Cool beans. Would you like a reading first off, right out the gate from Maggie?
Sure. Read for
Maggie,
me.
read for him, bitch.
While she's shuffling, I'm going to go ahead and finish answering the question that we moved from.
Okay.
I enjoy watching a woman put on one of my garments and looking at herself and seeing herself the way I do and recognizing her beauty.
Yeah.
That's the payoff for me. It's not that it's not an ego attached.
Yeah.
It's not an ego attached payoff. It's not like, oh, I've made you beautiful. It's I've allowed you to see the beauty that you always have possessed.
And it's the satisfaction.
The garments themselves, I get off when they're, when I can look at them and see how well made they are, that everything is just the way it needs to be. But the reason I keep doing this, beyond the fact that it still fascinates and engages me, is that moment when somebody who maybe never thought they were beautiful puts on a gown or a suit and they look at themselves and suddenly they see what they actually look like and what a custom piece of clothing can make them look like. So that's the big payoff for me. That's how it feels. That's when it feels good.
Yeah. And you know what? And everybody, there's a link to some of Benson's corroborations in the chat. Oh God, what did I put in there, Benson? I can't remember what I put down in there.
The page is closed down because of the C.
Okay, caviar.
Because of Caviar 19.
No, I mean that's the website that I.
No. Send them to Instagram if they want to look at Atelier Benson.
Okay, I'll do that. But Benson, just looking at what you've produced over the years, I've known you. Everything you do tells a story in some way. It's expressive, and everything is thematic, and it all flows. And the fabrics you use, holy fuck, the draping and the way you know how to do all that. It's art. It is art, and you are an artist in lockdown. And darling, I hope you take off again.
Well, I haven't done shit in lockdown. I had all these plans. I was going to create, and then it can cost $3,000 or $4,000 just in fabric and materials to make it, just to make the gown. This doesn't include the hundreds of hours I might spend.
Yeah,
and it doesn't make sense to spend my resources that way with no end user, because it's too expensive to have as a hobby. Couture is too expensive to have as a hobby.
No kidding. And you get exquisite beading, and you hand bead, you hand stitch. I know you have thousands of dollars worth of these excellent machines, but you also do the real craftsmanship.
Well, what we do is called demi-couture. We sew the bodies of garments on sewing machines, which in reality happens in all the ateliers across France.
Okay.
Because it just makes sense. You get a better, stronger garment if you machine sew the basics, but all of the finishes are done by hand.
By hand. That's the tedious work. That's the love work.
And I love that. Yeah. And I thought that I would just spend a lot of time doing that, and it just never happened. And that's okay. I keep reading these things about if you go through this last year and don't learn a language and master a skill and lose weight, become a doctor and rule the planet, you haven't used your time effectively. And I kind of say fuck that. I think that if you just want to sit and stare at walls,
if you just want to sit and stare or sleep, or
I know, aren't those all appropriate responses, really. I mean, how can you tell me how to spend my? For me, this has been the longest I've
Healing process.
like a crazy man. I mean, it really has been refreshing not to get up every day and spend 20 hours.
Healing.
And you know, I teach college now. I've become a professor. I teach young people about textiles and and different sewing techniques, and that's been really enjoyable. I think when this is all done, I look at previous plagues, and from you know the Black Plague right through the Spanish flu. A year or two after the recovery, people go ape shit bat crazy and want outlandish creative things, like the Roaring Twenties followed the Spanish flu. The Renaissance followed the Black Plague. I think that it's my career will be better than it was before. It's just I have to outweight it and find a way to pay the rent in the meantime.
Just that's all you need right now. Just pay the rent, eat,
and
sleep.
I'm okay. When I last saw you, I was under siege, and my landlord had turned off most of the power because I couldn't pay my unemployment hadn't come in and all that crazy. I have moved to a 3-floor building. I have actually more space, but it's on 3 floors. And this building it's a first floor or second floor walk up. Is an apartment. I have a 4-bedroom apartment with a library and a kitchen. And,
I love that.
Well, that's where the chair comes from. Like when I rented this place, I realized that I had one chair and a mattress on some
pallets.
And a couple of tables. That's what I had. When I left Texas, Mark kept all of the home stuff in the cars, and I took the business, which seemed like a really good idea in 2008.
You know what it was?
Well, no, the business is closed. It fully collapsed. I'm working to get some grants now to reopen. The landlord came in eventually. I moved all of the really expensive fabric first, and had planned to go back the next day to get the rest of it. And he had broken through the lock overnight and taken, and he destroyed it all. So I lost about a $500,000 worth of retail fabric.
Oh my God, what a bastard!
The replacement value isn't that bad, and quite honestly, my business model is that we sell the latest, greatest, newest, best. And by the time I get reopened, my stock would have been a year or two old, and it's not even my own business model. So,
boy,
you know what? Really, he said I didn't have to move another truck full of fabric.
Okay, you're being philosophical.
Well, it's the truth, though. And there was a moment when because the plan was to move it all. I knew he might do this.
What a fucking.
And there came a moment that I thought to myself, you know, I can let go of this.
Yeah.
I can let go of this. I left some tables that Mark built me. Probably the last thing he and I worked on together before our split. I left a few things that I, you know, had I had more time and more energy and more space, I would have taken. But I just looked at all of it and I thought, you know, if this isn't here when I get back, I'm okay with it.
You won't believe what's in these cards.
Okay, Benson, can Maggie get on with your card?
Yes, good God. Don't get me started. Okay, go ahead.
Right. Yeah, no, these aren't your typical cards. So the first one you got was take a shot. And what it says is, don't take 12, take 1, okay, maybe 2, and move on. I think you've done that.
You don't have to go
You know, I took all 12 because I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
These will tell you if you are. Detox. And it says on the back, drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, and throw some shit out, which you've just told us you've done. This one, make better fucking choices.
Make better fucking
on the back. If you are pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. Simple.
Boy, that gave me goosebumps.
The next one, you need a big fucking hug. Virtual squeeze. There you go, Benson.
Huggies.
Time to let go. Move the feck on. These
Wow.
fell out. I don't pick them, they fall out. I've been holding them, but as you've been speaking, these fell out before. Oh, God, I love this. You are the best thing to ever happen to you.
Oh,
Go
everybody
easy
listen.
on your ass. Buy your own damn drink.
Whoa, you're the best thing that ever happened to you, Benson.
Get over yourself. Pull your shit together, which I think you are. It says, help people, give back, do good shit for humanity.
He
And
does.
you've just mentioned
He,
done all of them things.
he's always done that.
Yeah,
So what this
well, there
reading
you
is
go.
doing is it's telling me that all those choices I made were correct.
Yeah, oh yeah. Even the shit ones, because you learned from them.
You
Uh,
have to make mistakes. I learn more from mistakes than I do.
so,
Don't we all?
you don't learn anything from stuff you do right. The lessons come from the fuck ups,
Yeah,
and they
that's why I
last.
love these cards.
Shataji, thank you so much for turning us on to these cards. I think.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Was that it? Was there anything else? Was there anything about the future?
Oh, you want me to go a little bit
Oh, she'll
further?
do the future. She.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Maggie.
know what's going on. I don't want to get married. I don't even want to
Okay,
have.
shush. Don't give her any information.
I just need to
You
know.
were lying.
Would you shut the fuck
He
up?
told me he said he wanted to marry me.
Well,
Not half an hour ago.
I know, because that's implausible. That's why.
Yeah.
Although I would.
And he probably, considering his height and his shoe size, he probably has a big schlong.
I dated a 6'4" man.
Oh, Maggie, and you're still walking?
Only quite. It was way, way, way back when. He used to, the height of a park bench? Well,
Yeah.
for us to be face to face, he used to have to stand me on that. True story.
Oh, Lordy, you better show me pictures from that era.
I would, but I haven't got any these days. It's he. Oh, he's on. I'll tell you later.
Okay, we'll gossip later.
Oh God,
Maggie.
these are so fucking apt again.
Okay, here you go, Benson.
You've been exhausted to the max, mind, body, and spirit. Not just the illness. This goes beyond the illness. You, as you've just said, think that you've been lazy, but you haven't. You've been placing your mark on the checkered board. You've been playing your own little game of chess. You've been contemplating all this in the silence of your own self. With playfulness, because you always shine a light no matter what. No matter where you go, the arrow's pointing forward in my direction. You always, people can see for themselves on here. You've been on here 3 times. You just are a beautiful person. There's no 2 ways about it.
That's great.
Creative and everything. You've been so alone, though, going through this process. It's gave us that twice now. In some respects, clinging to the past. In a lot of ways. Material, mental, every which way you can think of. The politics in your mind, and I don't mean politics, some of that has dragged you and made you realise that you're not the man with the mask. If that you've seen the masks taken off people and you've seen them for the snakes they are. They need to go. You are coming into your own. You need to celebrate. Everything going forward is going to be one big celebration because you've set the foundation now. You've let go of all the crap that's been there, the baggage and the loneliness. There's only one way to go, the way you always walk, with playful delight in everything you do, because you like I said, you're heading towards celebration.
Yeah, and Benson has lived his life, in profound intelligence. He ain't no slouch. Oh, what's the last card? What's the bottom card?
The bottom card is new vision. Everything you used to be, you're not that no more. Everything's new. Everything, down to the way you work. Everything.
Well,
Everything.
Phoenix is my personal symbol. I'm a dragon, but the Phoenix energy has always been a big thing for me. From the back to the in my career. I love the Osho deck. I have the Osho Zen deck myself. It's a brilliant deck.
Yeah, well, it was one that I didn't know I'd got.
Well, and during this whole last year, I spent 335 days without seeing another human other than somebody delivering to my house. So I did the quarantine and the shutdown and the shelter in place with 2 dogs. That was it. And that was instead of using that silence and filling it with activity, I decided to use that silence and let it be silence.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, I was afraid of not working. Now I can't. Like, do I really want to go back to work? I do. But
it won't be the same way.
Because I've decided that I'm not going to make obligations lightly anymore. I'm a person, and Robin will tell you this. When I make an obligation, I will follow through even if it kills me.
Yeah.
Period. Because I believe in honor, and I believe in. That's not to say that I will stay in a bad situation. I will work through the bad situation. I don't believe that we should stay in shit situations.
No, me neither.
That's a lie. But I will stick with it as long as I can to fulfill my word. And even if I separate from the situation, I will still work at it from outside of it so that it can't damage me. But I have decided that since that is my tendency, going forward, I'm going to be very choosy about my obligations. I was walking the dogs down by the cemetery. I have a beautiful graveyard from the 1800s. It's vast.
I love graveyards.
Yeah, no, the dogs and I love the grave. No one's there. No one's going to bother us, and we can commune with the dead. But I had this feeling, and I had to sit down. I was crying and laughing, and I thought, what is this feeling? And I thought, well, is this happiness? And I haven't felt it in so long that I don't recognize it. And I said, no, this is not. I'm generally happy, and this is where the politicking and the overthinking things and examining the past comes in. This is not done with nostalgia. It is done to understand how the past is impacting me, to make certain that I'm not setting myself up for failure in the future by repeating cycles.
Exactly.
What I realized, and it was the craziest thing, I realized that the feeling I had was, I'm free. Now you have to understand that. For the first time in 20 years, I don't have a client making demands. I don't have a partner making demands. I don't have employees that I need to get work for. I don't have anything but the rent that I chose.
Yeah.
And I thought, so going forward, I'm not going to make obligations lightly.
No.
That's so many of us, I think universally, have had to let go of old patterns. And there's a grieving process to that too. You go through the stages of grief in your head. All this time for introspection has made changes in all of us, I think.
Hopefully. There are some morons that.
Like I showed you in that card, you're seeing them for who they are now. Everybody is, and if you haven't seen one, you're not looking.
And I think it's given us all new eyes to recognize the assholes and the bad situations, and perhaps the choices we shouldn't make. Boy, this time has just made changes
Yeah.
I'm changed. My life has changed. My attitude has changed. The way I view myself has changed. Boy, what? Yes,
All three of us have changed since the last time we were all together. All
uh,
three of us.
everybody I've talked to has, and
Mm.
it's it ain't for me. It ain't bad. For me,
No.
it ain't bad. I feel more centered in who I am than I ever have been. Um, yeah, 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 and forgiving yourself too is a huge thing. Forgiving,
That's a big. That's a biggie. And
yeah,
stop.
That's interesting because for a while there wasn't a day that went by that at some point in time of the day I didn't find myself on the floor literally bawling at the losses that I had suffered. I mean, I've spent my entire, I'm 57, and I've spent my entire life, I chose not to have children. I chose my career, and now it is all gone. And it took a while to find the freedom in that. And then when I do go back to my career, that I'm going to make not different choices. I'm just going to be more careful about the choices. But
You know what, Benson?
I don't do that anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
there are still moments where I have to be honest. I just don't know. I don't know how it's going to go forward. I can't even imagine.
well, that's the exciting part.
Yeah.
Well. It would
Okay,
be exciting if I were still the type of person in a backpack in a pickup truck. I have a building full of things that I cherish and that I need to work with. So I don't have. It's not exciting. It is daunting, and that's okay.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with
That's a good thing.
There's nothing wrong because it's challenging me on levels that I've never been challenged on before. My career.
Well, I have to butt in. You said about the children thing you've never had. I know hundreds of people who've never had, but have got. There might not be blood, but there's still as much their family, child, son, niece, nephew, like
brothers, sisters.
I have a vast spirit family. It's true, but
you go.
I've never, that is beautiful and that is fulfilling and sometimes even healthier than birth family.
Yeah.
But being a parent to a human being and being responsible for them 24/7 is an intense, amazing, horrifying job.
Don't die, no.
So while I do have connection and contact with children and many people that I consider to be my children, it is not the same. And I know that, and that's okay.
You know how one significant way.
Missed the bullet.
One significant way it's different, Benson, is that when you do have actual children that you squeezed out, later in life, you have to contend with them wanting to bully you. Now spirit children don't do that necessarily. Well, I did it. I'm your spirit auntie. I bullied you. But my two remaining children want to, their hovercraft. They hover. Mommy is mama. So, and they're bullies. They're fucking bullies. I love them dearly, but they have turned into me. And now I have become the child, and they speak exactly to me the way I spoke to them as children.
She's horrified, Benson. She's horrified.
It's really, but I gotta tell you, Maggie, Benson,
I know you loved every minute of it.
I loved when my daughter came to visit a couple of weeks ago after I hadn't seen her in a year. She's my youngest daughter, and she's a real bully. She's a real strong personality. And she came and she was telling me, Mom, come over here and step up on this part of the curb. It's easier. Mom, pick your iced tea up with this hand. Mom, pull up your mask. Mom. And she was being so solicitous. And I told her yesterday, she called me, and I told her that I have never felt so loved.
Yeah.
I would have punched her in the twat.
Oh no, she was.
This is why I'm not a parent.
she was solicitous without being patronizing.
That's nice. That's
I
nice.
raised
Yeah.
really smart kids. They're intuitive, and they know how to talk to people. Yeah, she was just very dear and very gentle. And I had never felt so loved. Okay, so that's what's it's like being an old lady in my body, in my head. But I'm trying to avoid being dependent on them, you know?
I will avoid that till I take my last breath.
You know what? I just watched the Hulu movie, Nomad Land. Nomad Land. It's about a woman who takes off in a van and travels around and spends the last of her life in a van, not being dependent on.
Yes, that's very tempting
You know
to
that,
me.
that campsite and quartzsite, Mama, Mark and I used to stop there on the way to California.
And you saw those campgrounds.
Yeah, we would park there overnight and spend the night there some nights if we were too tired to keep driving into California.
Yeah.
We lived that way for a few years.
There are whole communities surround and networks, huge network, and
some of those people in that film really are people that live there.
they really are people. And the guru guy that talks about, he teaches. That's a real guy. That's a real guy who tells people how to be nomads. But you know what? His truth is, he does have his own home. He does have people, but he chooses to go out and help people live a nomadic life. I think that's so beautiful.
He hangs out at McDonald's
Yeah.
every morning with a group of older people.
I think that's lovely. And you know what? Many of those older people take off like that, and it's their goal to like see everything they want to see, live freely, and then die on the road. So many of them just leave, experiencing their joy. That movie, even though it was really sort of melancholy and not dark, but it was just, it was very beautiful too. When people have lost a lot, when the good part of their life is, over, they don't experience that anymore. Time has passed, and they just get on the road and see things, and they pee in the forest or in the and cook a can of soup on their little stove and sit out under the stars. I think that was a lot of.
It's amazing. It's an amazing journey. It's an amazing life. I mean, Mark and I did that for 4 or 5 years.
Dang, and you did.
We made those calendars.
Your photography was absolutely stunning and poetic. And I have one of your calendars. When you shot Mark Holland out in the desert, spray painted and made up and adorned, and boy, he was a fucking beautiful kid, man. He was art in himself. And
he's a good man. He's a really good guy. We haven't talked in over a year.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, we had mended our friendship, after all of the business and then sometime last March, I realized that he wasn't answering texts, and I tried to call him, and it went to voicemail. And I thought, well, I'll go onto Facebook and message him and make sure he's okay. And of course, I couldn't find him. And Maggie, this goes back to the reading. For the first time in, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years. How old is Mark? I've known him since he was 19. I don't know, 13, 14 years. I didn't try to figure out what I had done wrong. I said, well, it's not me. No. This is about him. And I'm going to respect it. For whatever reason, he's uncomfortable having even a friendship with me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make it my problem, and I'm not going to rake myself over the coals trying to figure out what I did wrong.
Yeah,
that's
part of what our relationship was. I always tried to fix it and own it, and I'm like, this isn't about me. This is not about
projection of things.
That's his projection, and that's his experience.
And don't take it all on yourself. God, it's sometimes easy to.
Unfortunately, sometimes we can't help it. We do take it on, but then we've got to let it go.
Yeah, we can't help it. Okay, Shathaji in the chat. I think Shathaji wants you to draw the rude deck for her. Is that
The rude deck. Rebel. It says on the top, open if you dare. Right. Here we go.
And just while Maggie's dropping cards, you guys, Benson is single and he's looking up.
Ready to go.
Oh, I'm toying with the idea, but honestly, until I get my grill fixed and do the Benson renovation, I'm not really open. I don't like people who like a fixer-upper. That's dangerous. I'll fix myself. When I'm the kind of man that I want to date, or I'm the kind of man that is a partner to the kind of woman that I want to date, then I'll open up to that. But I have too much to do. I need to be selfish for a while.
Yeah, a work in progress.
Oh no, I'm almost finished. I just need to, polish up the edges.
Yeah, detail work, finishing. Yeah. Okay, Shathaji, here's you.
Oh dear. It's dark and you can't see a feckin' thing. It says, get your head out your ass pronto. Winning. You got a good thing going. Don't ruin that shit. Whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the fecking time.
This deck is so fun.
Shit is going down with your job. Re-evaluate, change your perspective, or fecking quit. Whatever happens at the end of this, you are loved. Get some, give some, it will cheer your ass up.
This is a Detroit deck. They should call it the Detroit deck.
The Detroit deck.
This is how we all talk to each other.
Plain talking.
Yes.
Okay, Shathaji, there you go. Oh, Keith's in the chat doing a drive-by. Hi, Miss Tree. Hi, everybody.
I've been watching your chat box with this seeming disagreement happening, and I'm pleased that everyone has remained chill.
Oh, they really are good.
Thing, and I know some people like to ignore it, and some people don't ignore it, and I think that both of those things are okay.
Yeah.
But I think it's important for people who can tolerate politics to be involved in it, to make certain that people do have a voice in what goes down eventually. My idea.
Yeah. Well, hey, yeah. Okay. Okay. God,
I love you, Miss Tree.
Yeah. Hi, Miss Tree. Yeah, Reepsy's never seen the Rude deck before. Reepsy has probably more tarot decks than Rebel deck. I call it the Rude deck. Well,
it is rather rude.
I
don't say the FU thing.
I know.
Unless I'm really mad. Then you get the FU. Otherwise, it's
Maggie in Detroit. Fuck is literally. Remember when Representative Tlaib said he's fucking going down or something, and the world went crazy? I'm like, in Detroit, that's just a common word, and it's such a useful word.
It is. It is. Everybody says it.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
No.
So I'm like,
it's feck with me, and I've been polite. Yeah.
Yeah. I never tried
it.
What I'm saying is, fuck is not even considered impolite. Fuck is it's an exclamation word.
I suppose. Yeah, but it's just my polite way of doing it.
Yeah, punctuation.
People are also polite. Socially, your output is very polite, and yet you are the kinkiest people on the planet. All of that English politeness is hiding all that kinky.
No, I don't hide.
I don't know if that's you. But I'm shocked by some of the things that your fellow countrymen are into. It's shocking.
Oh, I'm not into my fellow countryman. I was born here, not of here.
Yeah, she's Irish.
Oh, well, there we go.
100%.
Mary Queen of, yes, okay. We're on the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, gosh, we've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Benson, you want to stick with us? Anybody else in the deck? You want to do one more from the chat, not deck, chat? Anybody else in the chat want Maggie to pull any shit for you? Do you? Huh? Do you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I could do it on Woo Woo Wednesday anyway.
Why don't we do a reading for Robin?
Oh, I've done it.
Not the rude deck.
I would like to see what the cards have to say for my auntie.
Yeah, I haven't done the rude deck. I haven't.
Do you want me to do the rude deck for you?
I want to do
the rude deck for Robbie. Yeah.
She reads me every once in a while.
Maggie calls it the Rebel deck, which is its a proper name. You call it the Rude deck, and in my head, it's the real deck.
Well, hey, 3 viewpoints.
Oh,
God. Maggie makes all these noises when this shit happens.
Yeah, because
it turns me
they're
on.
so fucking apt. That's why she made me read the book. She's even planted people in the chat.
I've planted people in the chat. I told her afterward.
Yeah.
When it was amazing.
Well, we all know this one with you anyway, Robin. Shit is going down with your job. You know, reevaluate, change your perspective, fucking quit. But, you know.
Yeah.
And you also got whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the time.
Okay.
You win. You're winning. You got a good thing going. Don't ruin that shit. I know where that's going because you have. Even though you've been poorly, you've got a good thing going in the background besides here that keeps you going.
But that still means I really shouldn't clean my kitchen yet. So I'm good with
Good
that.
old Feck, shit is about to get real. Feck, you need your people around you.
Got them.
Stop obsessing. You are not the fucking center of the universe. Like I said, nobody is. Yeah, I'll read it again.
No, that's for me too.
Stop obsessing. You are not fucking center of the universe. So we don't want to know about your fridge or anything like that. That's a personal thing. You need to keep it to yourself and your crutches that are falling to bits, okay?
You know that's never going to happen.
Fuck you.
Get the feck outside. Move your ass.
Oh,
your
boy,
body
is that...
fit you.
You know what? When I went out...
No, wait. I haven't finished yet.
Oh, fuck. All right.
You need some fucking yoga in your life. Asian shit is cool. Hang on. Ask a fucking ex. Don't rely on your friends or internet. Listen to a damn professional. You are one. Listen to you.
Listen to my fucking self.
Stop talking.
This couldn't be better.
Shut your mouth.
Didn't we start the program that way? We're shut up, Maggie. I want to
Two more.
Maggie.
2 more. Oh God, this is great. You look like a shit show. You're a hot mess. Fact. Clean yourself up. You asked for it.
Oh, God.
And this one is the main one.
Shit.
Don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky lying bar stools.
Yeah.
There.
was beautiful.
Okay, so that means I should probably get out of my 3-day-old pajamas. I haven't gotten out of my pajamas in 3 days, maybe 4 days.
You
Okay,
think?
maybe it's time to get in the shower.
Grab a shower, put your hair in a ponytail, and go for a walk, lady.
I know. You know what? When I went out with my daughter out in the sunshine and in the car, and we ate in and out in her car in the shade, it was. And when I got home, I was so energized, and I think it was because of the sunshine and the different air and stuff. So, yeah, God, Maggie, Shathaji, these cars are awesome. Reemsy, you got to get that deck.
They're so much fun. They all fell out for Robin.
I still have tears in my eyes. Oh my God. And many of them were the same Benson got. Isn't that funny?
No, yeah. They're all in, but yeah. The best one. The best one. Oh, stop talking.
Stop talking. Oh
you
my God.
You look like a shit show.
God.
I'm sorry.
That was great. Well, thanks for suggesting that, Benson. That was mightily enjoyable.
I know it was the cold cockles of my heart.
A little warmth in there.
That's the last one.
Love. Yeah.
I can't help it with you, Robin. I just do.
I love you, Maggie, too. Thanks. And my good pal, and Benson, my sweet.
Oh, Benson, you're a star.
You are a treasure, my darling. And one day we will meet again, and we will have dinner at.
I was going to tell you, darling, I'm going to be in LA sometime this summer. Teaching.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to.
What college?
Spend some time in New York, and I'm going to spend some time in LA.
Which college in LA? Pierce? No. What college in LA? Do you know?
Oh, no. I'm not going to teach in LA. I'm just going to come to LA and hang out. But university, I don't teach again until late August.
Okay. So
three more weeks, and then it's off for 3 months. So I'm going to use my summer to travel a bit. So I will be out there, and we'll have to go have some good roast beef. And
Lowry's. We'll meet up at Lowry's.
I'm drinking again too, so I'll we can get sauced up and really have a good time.
We'll get shit-faced. We'll get shit-faced, and you'll make a sort of a weird come on to me during dinner, and I'll say,
no, my heart belongs to Maggie, I'm afraid. So what we'll have to do is we'll get shit-faced and do a show shit-faced.
Yeah.
All of us should just get shit-faced and do the show.
And then you guys can go get a room after. Okay. God, we've been almost for an hour and a half. Okay, Benson.
Thank you, darling. You're an absolute star. You're a darling. And I love you.
I missed you all. I missed Maggie.
I was
happy to come back and just catch up with you, see how everyone's doing.
Well,
and hopefully we'll have you again soon.
Keep you on my altar. I'm going to place a card for you today and send strength your way, because this transition that you're going to go through is not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No. No. Thank you.
You, Robin, shut up.
All right.
It's just a card.
I don't have any response to that, actually. I normally ask our guests if they have any final words. Was that your final word, Benson, or do you have more?
I just hope that everyone out there is being kind to themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that right now we need to practice judo and use the momentum of this beast to our advantage, so that we cannot choose whether or not we're impacted, but we can certainly choose how we're impacted. We can mitigate that with some kindness. Be kind to each other, and I think that starts with being kind to yourself.
It always starts
100%.
It's so hard, and we don't often realize just how deeply we're shoving our own knives into our own guts.
Yeah.
You know, we injure ourselves and we tell ourselves all these horrible things. And I don't think that this is the big time to really stop and take a pause.
Mm-hmm.
Take a pause and decide to be kind to yourself. And then,
yeah.
you know, when you're kind to yourself, that's just going to boil over. It's just going to spread.
It's like the pebble in the pond. It just ripples, because then if you're shining, people will see that they shine.
And I don't want to use the word shine, because sometimes it's okay to not shine.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's just a euphemism.
That's its own vibration.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay. I want people to know that it's okay to be quiet right now.
It is okay.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Excelling right now. It is okay not to accelerate right now. It is okay to be still right now. And we're all in it together. I mean, maybe for the first time in a long time, we have to recognize that the entire planet is one organism.
Yeah.
There is no way to separate ourselves from any other thing on this planet. We are all here together at the same time in the same space, and what one of us does will invariably impact others, and that, like the ripple, our actions can affect everybody. So be mindful, be kind, practice patience,
and this
masturbate more. There, that's the final word. Masturbate more.
Oh, that too. And if you have a device with a Kickstarter, it's way easier and quicker. Okay, I'm gonna play us out with the brand music, because that's all I got now. Benson, darling, I love you.
I love you,
Benson.
I love you, Miss Maggie.
Take care. Take care, Jack.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. You guys have all been great.
Everybody in the chat, I love every damn one of you. Thanks. Okay, see you. Bye. Are you ready? Ready? Let's do it. Got a big black pickup. He's a rapping star. He flicks chickens. He sets a low bar. He thinks he's Jesus. See the watch he bought? He's big time crazy when he thinks he's not. He's a little bit. 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 La 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 la. A little bit Justin. Oh la 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 la. A little bit Justin. Hide your chickens, eggs are busting. He's a little bit Justin. He's a homo basher. He's an ageist too. Wishing cancer, heart attacks too. He hates old ladies. He's going to sue. He thinks he's Jesus. Come join his crew. Let's do it. He's a little bit. He's a little bit. He's a little bit. La 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 la. A little bit Justin. La 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 la. A little bit Justin. La 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 la. A little bit Justin. Hide your chickens, eggs are busting. He's a little bit Justin. A little bit Justin. Ooh, a little bit Justin. Ah.